Shayna, I'm super excited today to jump on this recording with you because December 17th, which is a big day for me, but it's also a big day for Growthward Consulting because we will have been in business 1 year as of December 17th, and that's exciting. So tell us some of the things that have happened over the last year with Growthward Consulting that everybody needs to know about.
Oh gosh, it's been a journey, and the journey being, we wanted to fill a niche in the market, which is where do people need help? And instead of going to people with this is our plan, allowing people to come to us and say, this is what I need, and building our business around them. And we've had so many platforms. We do 4 to 6 week workshops on everything from hiring to GPSs and goal setting and life balance. We do webinars every 2 to 3 weeks. We are teaching classes again in person, which is so much fun. But we've been able to attract, this year, we've seen over 60 people in and out of our consulting program in just a year, some long-term and some short-term. But it's been a lot of fun to see how we can fill that in the market, whether it be coaching and consulting and anywhere in what we call the 5 L's.
And I think you brought up something that's super important, and that is the fact that we wanted to fill a niche that no one was filling. And part of that niche that no one was filling is agents who need something very specific. Like they may not need consulting every single week or every month. What they might need is help me right now walk through the CV process as I make my first hire. I need you to coach me through this entire process. I need you to be on those calls. So I love the fact that we are, like you said, we're coming to them with what they need versus selling them a program. It's like, what do you need? And let us put together something that's specific for you and your organization.
Right. I think the next biggest aha we had, if you will, or the next thing that I focus on a lot is when we bring people into our world as coaches and consultants, we need them to be uniquely talented in a field of their passion and expertise. Meaning if somebody comes to us to expand, they're going to work with one of our consultants who literally is boots on the ground, is doing expansion. If somebody's working on growing a team or productivity on a team, we have people in every piece of our world, events and operations, that are uniquely talented in what they do, so that they have not only validity, but passion around that piece when they're working with people. And that's been so cool, not only to offer that, but to see the growth that just happens with that, the automatic bond that happens with that. And other than celebrating almost 1 year together, that's the next coolest announcement that we have.
Yeah, I was going to say that leads right into the announcement that we have today. So why don't you tell us who she is and how awesome she is?
Yeah. So to me, Alison's world-renowned, but Alison Bradley, who I've worked with for over 9 years in my path through leadership and growth and KW and companies, and you've known her as long or longer, has agreed to join us as a consultant. And if you, my view of Alison is she is uniquely and incredibly talented in leadership and operations and business growth. And I've seen her, I've worked alongside her, and I've watched her go into, anywhere from a local market center to a small team to international, and just change the world. I mean, she is just so uniquely talented. And so when we approached her a few months ago and asked her to join us as a consultant, and she agreed, I was overwhelmed. I'm so excited that we have this, that we get to work with her again, number one.
Well, I don't
but
know
then
if
we
you
can offer that talent.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, Shayna, but Alison was the MCA at the Anchorage Market Center when I actually joined Keller Williams.
Yep, me too. That's where I met her.
Oh,
that's where I met her.
That's right. Yeah.
So Alison, I'm going to let you talk for a few minutes, and then we're just going to keep following up and talking about you and finding people whose world you can change, because you changed. I mean, you changed my world. I just think you changed worlds.
Well, I am thrilled to be a part of Growthward Consulting, because I believe that this is where we found alignment, right? For all the reasons that you guys said, and that it's not a package, it's not a predetermined plan, because if there's anything that I have learned on this, not just the life journey, but the journey of these last, 14 plus years in growing and developing in the real estate industry, brokerages, teams, expansion networks, all of ancillary businesses, all of these things that I've had the privilege to participate in, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that there may be similar paths, but nothing is cookie cutter. And that to have the greatest impact and to have the greatest level of significance, we have to meet people where they are, learn who they are, and then help them to forge a path to where they're going when we discover with them why they want to go along that path. And I firmly believe that you can't do that based on a predetermined outcome for them or a predetermined path. Some things you just kind of have to come along and forge with folks, and it's such a privilege, and truly count it as an honor when someone allows me to get behind the curtain, right, and see what are they dealing with, what's their situation. I mean, really brass tacks, what's the situation? And then, okay, great, there's always good stuff there. Now, how do we amplify it? How do we move it forward? What's the next right step to take? And I think that's why Growthward Consulting made such a difference for me, because it's not coaching necessarily. There's coaching elements. It's not training. There is training involved, but it's truly a consultative relationship where we get to listen, we get to analyze, we get to collaborate, and then we get to move forward together.
What I love, Alison, about your unique perspective is that because you've been in MCA, because you have been in the expansion network businesses, you see things from an owner side, you see things from an agent's perspective. And so really, anytime you're evaluating something, you have a multifaceted view in order to help other people, because you've been in the position where you're looking out for the agent, you're looking out for the investors, you're looking out for the leadership team. And so you have that unique perspective that I think brings tons of value to people that need your help in their businesses.
I appreciate that so much, and I think that is, I mean, you really kind of hit on the things that I love the most, and the thing that I take most seriously is being a steward, truly a steward of the dollars, the energy, the time, the resources that whomever I'm partnering with, that they've invested. Whether that is money, whether that is the time on task, whatever that is, it's so personal to me, because I even though we are invested in multiple industries and we work with all kinds of folks across different lines of businesses, I was really introduced to all of our current world, and especially you two specifically, through real estate and through that catalyst. I think, the real estate industry is built on such a personal relationship. When someone lets you into their real estate business or into their brokerage, into their team, it's so highly personal, because it's all based on relationships, right? I mean, what in life isn't based on relationships? But real estate is unique in that it is so highly personal. So I think that's why I have a heightened sense of responsibility, because you can't help but see how when a team or an organization is producing at a higher level, when a market center or a brokerage has a greater market share as a result of something you've been working on together, you see how that impacts their family. You see how that impacts their community in such a real and immediate way that it's highly rewarding. To be selfish about it, it's highly rewarding to me. And at the same time, I truly believe that's where, if we are going to live our legacies, this gives us such an opportunity to get that immediate gratification, yet still have that assurance that what we're building has a real long tail behind it.
Yeah.
Well
That
was beautiful. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I want to wrap up, because people will not watch if we take too long. But thank you both. This is such an exciting announcement. One, because the three of us get to work together again. And like Kristen always said, it's just about the time, the who show up at the right time. And so I am just so excited to put you in people's worlds and to help us build Growthward. It's going to be a lot of fun, and stay tuned for more.
Can't wait. And see you guys next
Fasten
week.
your seatbelt.
Next week. Yes,
Next
next week we get to be together.
Yay.
Bye, guys.
See y'all then.
Bye, guys.
Bye.